Hello, hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. My name is Buki. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. And if you're an old subscriber, good to have you back. I feel like it's been ages. I can't remember when last I did a proper sit down video. So today is going to be me just talking. I was actually supposed to film a I think end of the year recap for 2024, but a whole lot happened. Life was just buzz boost. I didn't even have the time and the energy to actually film that. So I just said, you know what? Everything I wasn't able to share in the past year, like including some lessons learned and just some things that happened and things we are looking forward to this year. I might as well just create a video for that and just share it in the new year. It's never late that you can post anything at any point in time. Also, this might actually be the longest sit down video you guys will get from me this year, but I just want to just let it all out, right? So let's get right into it. This is not me dwelling on the past, right? We're just sharing things to encourage and just let you guys know how that year was. 2024. I think I probably tweeted something. I was like, I never want to see a year like that again. Even though I'm thankful for the growth, even though I'm thankful for things God allowed to happen and things God did not allow to happen, I feel like it was just a crazy year for me. Like my most challenging year. I don't want to say so far because I'm just praying that other years, I know that as Christians, you will go through trials, there'll be, certain things that will shake your faith. But that 2024, even though I was going through all of those things, right? God always came through, and it also kind of like really showed me how strong I was. So thank God for that. I cried shege in 2024. I cried. I was frustrated. Devil frustrated my life until the very last, like the 31st of December. I literally went to crossover service. I was crying. Not because I wanted to cry, but the way things were just happening. But I'll talk about what happened on the 31st in the course of this video. 2024 started. It was calm. It was chilled. I was hopeful. I had like my goals written, things I wanted God to do, prayed, everything. I even did crossover service, obviously in church, making all of those plans. I'm sure God was just giving me bombastic side eye. Like you don't even know what's about to hit you. You don't know what's gonna happen this year. Just made me realize that you can plan all you wanna plan. But the truth is, and there's a scripture that says that as well, like only the plan of God would actually stand, to be honest. And the truth is, even though things didn't go how I wanted them to go, right? I would rather be aligned to God's will, for my life than, just enforcing my own will or doing things myself, right? So even though it shook me, and sometimes you make plans, and sometimes maybe God has said something, but you might decide to redirect your path, right? You might decide to just switch things up. After all, it's God. And if it doesn't do what you have written, what do you have to say? You cannot do anything. You can't hold God at ransom. Like, oh God, if you like cry tears, if God doesn't want to change his mind, he's not going to change his mind. No matter how much you pray, God will do what he wants to do when he wants to do it at the right time, the time he thinks you're ready, the time he thinks it is time for you to actually have what you've been praying for. So you'll cry, you'll see shege, but God will still help you and will still always be there with you through the shege. My faith was tested so much in 2024. I think it was so much more intense because I'm someone who life has always been good at. Not like I never really faced challenges, but they're just like, minor things, not challenges that will shake me as a Christian, not challenges that will shake me without my parents being able to do anything about it. Though. Not challenges that will shake me and it's like I am weeping, I am wailing, I am crying. Like 2024 was just me and God, me and challenges of life. Like it was just that I had to be totally dependent on God. Long story short. And going through the things I went through in the year 2024, I feel like sometime in the future I probably will share some of the things that went down. But I can't share right now. But I feel like with the way 2024 shook me, nothing else can shake me. I mean, even when challenges arise, I'll just be like, nothing else can throw me off balance, basically. And I feel like I'll be able to, handle those challenges with so much more grace and leaning on the fact that God is going to see me through. Like He has always seen me through, or He saw me through in the past, and this will be different. I'm so super proud of how I handled things like in the past year, even though like I was always crying. I was so calm before, like if things were happening, I probably would be more anxious. Like, oh my goodness, like I'll be panicking. But yes, It still happened at some point, but I was more calm. I was gentle. I'm a gentle babe on a normal day. Like I'm a calm babe on a normal day, but I was more calm, like gentle. I'm like, okay, it has happened, it has happened. Way forward. There was so much growth in that aspect for me, and I'm so thankful for that. Another thing that I really liked 2024 for, I mean, I'm always saying Jesus baby, but my relationship with God was much more better, much more deeper than it was. They know they tell person, they will not tell you twice. When you're going through the challenges of that, you have to hold God tight. Because the truth is, just thinking about it right now, if I wasn't holding on to God, if I wasn't acknowledging God as my help and holding him like my life depended on it. Even though my life depended on it, things could probably have been have been worse than it actually was, right? Because God's grace, God's strength was actually there. Because how I survived that year with my own strength, like based on my own strength, it wouldn't have been possible. It was literally divine strength, and this is me being serious with you. And it also really helped me, appreciate my parents so more. I've always appreciated my parents. I love my parents so much, but just seeing things from a different perspective, from a different lens, and just being in certain situations that were, going to break me. For example, on the third, I'm going to give you guys just of what happened on the 31st. But on that 31st, I literally called my mom. I was just crying. I was just crying, like not because I really wanted to cry. And I'm the first child, right? I don't like to bother my parents, but I had just had enough. That was like the last straw, and I felt bad because I'm like, parents also have their own. It is not easy being a parent. So if you're not ready, just chill a little bit. Really appreciated my parents more than my siblings as well, and a couple friends. Even though I fell out, with some friends, and it wasn't like we fought or something. Just silence, because at that point in time as well, the little energy I had. I was literally saving it. So the friends that are actually stay in my life right now and are active in my life are friends that I think God just really, even though I was pushing them away at some point, so I wasn't talking to anybody at some point, God just really want them to still remain in my life. So moving on, what is a last year or a past year recap without sharing certain things that I have learned? First thing is you need God. You cannot do life without God. And like I stated earlier, it could have been worse. Like God literally showed me why He is God. One thing I actually did learn last year is, because I was home at some point, being raised in a family with so much love, and honestly, with all humility, all thanks to God, and having parents that are together is very, very, very important. And this is something I really have to fight for, with the grace of God and help of God, for my future family and my unborn kids. Because when things were happening, and I was home at some point, one of my friends, my junior friend, she probably watched this video. She said something. She was like, you know what, in all of this, I'm thankful that, your parents are together and you come from a peaceful, loving family. Because imagine if they were separated, they were having issues, and you were dealing with everything you were dealing with, like the magnitude of what was happening. It probably would have been so terrible. It probably would have been so terrible. So that was something I really like. I mean, I've always known that it is important, right? That's why I never rush to get married. Like, let God choose, let God decide. Just be there and pray for God to bring the best spouse. Because one of the reasons why I understand a family is to raise godly children. That just really opened my eyes, and I'm just like, even though I was going through stuff, my parents, just even them being together gave me so much hope. Like, it just made me feel better. My father would show up, to check up on me. I mean, I was home, right? My father would show up to check up on me. My room is knocking, like, are you okay? My mom too, like, supporting me with prayers and everything. I was just like, thank God for that, honestly, because it probably would have been worse. The third thing I actually did learn was you are stronger than you think. Like, my goodness, I feel like last year, with everything that happened, will probably be the only time I'll refer to myself as a strong woman, because I was strong. Things that could break me and scatter me, like, I was strong. And honestly, I feel like that strength came from just being there with God. That strength came from, things, messages I had listened to, worship songs, gospel songs, and also going to church. Because when things were happening, and I was crying, and I was shedding tears, and I was still going, and I was still pushing, guys. And one other thing is, giving up is never an option. God, like, even when things look like they do not make sense. Because for me last year, so many things did not seem to make sense. Even when things look scary, even if you feel like you're going to die, God will always make a way, and you can't give up. So that even when the opportunity, when God makes a way for you, you go through that way, and you see it might not be the ideal way you probably would think, right? But God makes a way, and His ways are not our ways. So you're really stronger than you think, and you have to keep pushing. Irrespective of what happens, right? You never give up. So for me, I'm just like, because I was also reflecting. I did a year with, I think, the week of Christmas. I had my personal retreat, and obviously I was just looking through my goals, like doing like a general appraisal of the year, and I was just shaking my head like this didn't happen, that didn't happen, and everything. The picture might not be clear now, or would I say the picture was not clear last year? Not like the picture is actually clear now, but I'm glad like some of the decisions I made based on what was happening, I'm glad I actually made those decisions, because I know that the suffering of last year is nothing compared to the glory that is going to come this year by God's grace. You don't need to wait until you're going through challenges before you draw close to God. When you're in God's presence, you're serving, you're with other believers. It makes so much more sense. I think one of the things I also did learn, I mean, I've always known this, right, is that people know what they're doing, because I think I mentioned I did follow up with some of my friends. I might not be the best friend out there, but one thing I know for sure is I am a very reasonable and very unproblematic friend. To be honest, I am. So I don't want to dwell so much on the issue of friendship or whatever it is. But like I said earlier, like people that are still my friends, I feel like God just still wants them to be, or really just wanted them to be in my life up to this very moment. So I'm thankful to God for that. But one thing is, people know what they are doing, right? And do not overestimate your, what I say, importance in people's life, right? And when people show you who they really are, really believe it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, right? But and maybe that's why I don't just use the word friendship loosely, right? And some people, they just, long story short, let's not dwell so much. So this year I am open to making new friends, especially women, female friendships. Like, I am open, because the truth is, no, people usually say you haven't even met all the people you meet in this life. Yeah, in fact, some of your people that will be your friends in the near future, you haven't met them. So I am open to having and meeting new people. Female friendships, like, you cannot, you need women. You need, as a woman, you need women in your life. One thing that was so heavy, that was so major, was you need a community. As a Christian, you need a community. And in church, I serve. In church, I was so devoted in church. I would attend, service, do everything, like, show up and everything. So when things, my church was really there for me, and I'm so thankful for that. When things were just going up scattered, and some days I would not even feel like going to church. But because I was serving, because I knew that I had responsibilities, I would put my emotions aside. I might have even finished crying. I'll go and get ready for church, and I'll go there. And those days, it just really showed me that you cannot be doing God's work and choose when you will show up, when you will not show up. No, you have to put your emotions aside. Because yes, God sees, God knows, and everything. But like, in future, if you're working for like an employer and certain things happen, will you just decide that you're not going to go to work? That's not so. You have to treat God's work exactly how you, in fact, much more better than you treat the work of your employers. Gospel music, worship songs, everything. Like when people were doing their own end of the year recap, Ashake, Beyonce, one was Minister Josie, Nathaniel Bassi, Yinka Lashoyeri, Bidemi Oba, and the likes. In fact, last year I decided not to pay for Apple Music. I decided not to pay for Spotify. It was just YouTube. I discovered so many new artists: BBO, SB Live, Pelumi Deborah, so many people, like gospel music. Like some days I'm just listening to worship songs and I am crying. Some days I'm just listening to worship songs and I'm just praying. Last year was very, and I'm so glad that all year you will not see me go and play. I'm not saying that Shaka is bad or whatever it is. I mean, I like him, but my point is, I just made a decision from the beginning of the year that the songs or the kind of music I was going to listen to all year was going to be strictly gospel music. And that was it. And I am so proud of myself in that aspect, because I feel like that also really helped me mentally, that helped me emotionally, and that just helped me to just be still, just be in the presence of God, even when I did not have anything to say. I probably did not achieve any of my goals that I had set last year. Lol. When I was doing my end of the year, I was just like, God, I think this didn't happen, that didn't happen, that didn't happen. But one thing I am so grateful for, the fact that I came out of that year alive, and would I say in with my sanity intact. that was a major thing I actually did achieve. Let me now tell you the story of what happened on the 31st. Like, obviously, things had been going wrong, things had been happening. On the 31st in the morning, it was like, I think around 2 a.m. I was on NSPPD. So that day I was awake. So I was like, you know what? I was 31st. Let me join NSPPD because most times, because of the time difference, I would not join. So I joined NSPPD and I was working on my laptop. So when I was done, I just closed my laptop. Meanwhile, this laptop, I literally got this laptop last year in May, and it was a graduation gift, right? And it's a solid laptop. It was about $2,300, and I was so specific, on the kind of laptop I wanted, right? So I wanted to sleep, but I was sitting on my phone like for like 20, 30 minutes. I was like, you know what, sleep is not coming. Let me just pick up my laptop. I picked up my laptop. I saw some lines flickering on the screen. And I was like, okay, what is happening? Long story short, my laptop screen had an internal crack and just went blank. I thought it was a joke. And I did see the line on my laptop. You guys, see, I went back and forth like around 3 a.m. From that 3 a.m., when I was now so sure there was a crack, I cried till I went to church for crossover service. I was just wailing. I was just crying because I was like, this does not make sense. And the devil frustrated me to be like, this does not make sense because I literally just used this laptop. Everything was fine. And I was also trying to edit a vision board session. I think that was what I wanted to do. Like, that was supposed to go up, last Sunday in what's it called? I was supposed to go up on that 31st actually. So I was editing, I even worked on my thumbnail. Long story short, that when I went to Apple Store, Apple Care had expired I think this year in May, right? And I was dealing with a whole lot of rubbish at that point in time. So because of everything that was happening, it wasn't my priority to renew my Apple Care. It was not my priority at all. And then upon getting to Apple Store, when they looked at it, I said, oh, there's a little, it's gonna cost you $800 plus to change the screen. I know some people are like, oh, why not get a new laptop? That's different because if it was like the regular MacBook Air, you can probably get a new laptop for like maybe like 1, 2. I was so sad. I was crying. You guys, I was crying because to me it did not make sense. I spoke to my dad, they was like, nothing makes sense. Mom was just praying for me, just encouraging me. Like the devil tried so hard. And because of how I was feeling, genuinely speaking, I was really like ready to just call it a year. Like, I'm not gonna show up in church, nothing. I'll do my crossover service from home. But I was just like, Buki, go to church. Go to church. Go provide go provide the money to fix it. Go to church. Don't let the devil steal this night. Don't let the devil steal your joy from you. Honestly. And that was how I cried. Even on my way to church, I was still crying. Even when I was crying because for me it was just so unfair. Like, why did God let that happen? Why? How did this happen? My laptop did not fall. It was literally on my bed beside me. And I was just like, you didn't even achieve anything this year. Then this one that happened again. You're even now spending money that you did not plan for. Money you did not budget for on the last day of the year. Like, I was just like, devil, you've done your worst. But when everyone that was crying, right? I still kind of like felt God's, I don't know if I should say hug or presence, like that was just, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So that happened, but it was a really challenging year for me. And I am so thankful. Like, thanks be to God, glory be to God for seeing me through. I probably saw a tweet that said, not me ending the year that I thought was gonna end me. I could so relate. That I even had to report. Now, moving on, what are we expecting? What is happening this 2025? On the 1st of January, when I woke up, even though I cried into the night, midnight, got back home after crossover, I woke up happy. And that could have only been the joy of the Lord. Because someone that, a man who crashed on the 31st, right? I woke up happy. And that was how I got to know, like, this is going to be a much more better year for me. You know how, having plans, everything. I even told people about a vision board session, which would have gone up before this video goes up, by the way, right? I just want what God wants for me, to be honest. And I know, like, his plans for me are like much more better than what I would ever imagine. I know that. So I want to really be aligned to God's will. Like, I want to have the spirit of discernment, right? I want God to bring the right opportunities, the right people my way. And in terms of like creating content, I want to be better at what I do in terms of editing, the kind of content I create. And hopefully this will be the year I hit my watch hours as well. I want my content to reach the right people. Because last year, like, my watch hours decreased, like went down drastically. Like it was so bad because I think for like 3 months I was off YouTube and it just dropped. So this year I want God to give me ideas that would bring the right people, like, to my channel. I really love to achieve a whole lot. I'm a career babe, in everything I do, I'm a go-getter. Like, so I would love to achieve a whole lot in every area, in every aspect of my life. Some of the things I really cannot share online, maybe just yet, or I might never like share online, but I just want God to show me how good it can get, honestly. I know how they say the expectation of the righteous shall never be cut short. Like, I don't want my expectations to be cut short. So, all right, the God that sees, like, just show me how good it can get. Another thing I want to do this year is to grow, like, spiritually, have a much more better relationship with God, keep serving in church, and just, advance kingdom business in general. God, I would like to enjoy this year. Like, goodness, people know that I'm an enjoyment minister. So God, please, I want to enjoy. Like, I don't want one of your strongest soldiers this year. Just mark me. Like, let me be one of the people that would enjoy, that be soft life queen this year. God, like, please, like, I really want to enjoy. Like, I want to do things I want to do for myself. I want to, you know, not be in a place where I'm calculating. No, like, I just want a soft life, like a soft year. I would also love opportunities, whether speaking, whatever it is that would help me advance, like, career wise, and even as a content creator, like in every, like I said, I need to have a well balanced life. So if you have any opportunities, paid, unpaid, like things that you think will fit me, will suit my personality, please message me, send me an email, reach out on Instagram. Like, I feel like I have so much more to offer, and I feel like I want to challenge myself some more. I believe God is going to send me to nations. Like, I will stand before kings and not men. So this is the period, or this is the time where I can build myself for those future opportunities. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I also talked about, like, content. Like, I feel like I deserve growth. I am diligent. I am consistent. Honestly speaking, like, I carry my content creation. I carry everything up. If people know, Buki does not joke about her content. So I pray that this is the year God just exceeds my expectations in that aspect. Our thing for the year in Nigeria, I attend Foursquare Gospel Church, and our thing for the year is our year of resounding victories. And in my church here in Connecticut, it has been declared as our year of in favor with God and men. So I pray that is my portion, and I'm praying for you guys as well. Like, I am so thankful for your support. Like, I do not take it for granted. I just said, let me start this YouTube channel. Yes, I might not be where I probably thought I would be right now, or but you guys always come through with the comments, with the likes. Thank you for always watching. So if you have any specific videos you want me to create, let me know as well. Praying, this is the softest year of my life yet, and I want to come back at the end of the year to watch this video and say, God, you showed up, you showed out, you exceeded my expectations, even the things I did not get to talk about, even the things I did not ask for. I deserve everything, God. Like, you just blew my mind, and that will be my testimony in the name of Jesus. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. So happy to have you guys here. So happy that it's a new year. We'll be creating more content. I'll try my best to be obviously consistent and just push out more, relatable videos as well. We'll have some chit chats. If you have questions, anything, just and maybe this is also the year I actually feel a get to know me tag, because I have not. Do you guys know me that well on the channel? No. So I think that is something that I should work on this year. I would also be pushing out content from some of my old travels as well. They've just been sitting. I've just been sitting there. So this is the year I also get to push that out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. What were some lessons you learned in the previous year? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you, and see you all in my next video. Bye bye.